While everyone wondered who killed Tupac, Snoop blamed the man that was driving the car he got shot in that night.
The most feared figure in all of hip-hop.
You put all of our lives in jeopardy like that, you don't care about Pop.
And confronted him face to face.
Come up to my room, ain't gonna be nobody in there, just me and you. This either the moment you gonna kill me, and we're gonna get some clarity in this air.
But did Snoop Dogg know something was going to happen that night?
The next day, when we turned on the news, all we seen was the yellow tape, and it just was all bad.
Shakur was shot 4 times after leaving the Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas in a car driven by Marion Suge Knight, head of his label, Death Row Records.
So I jumped in my Hummer, and we drove to Vegas. Suge was at home. He was standing up, but he had like a patch of his hair was wrapped up. And he came and explained to us as far as what had happened.
It's people who we didn't even know conspired to do this to Tupac. We didn't think that they was in tour with Tupac, or we didn't think that they was working with Diddy and the rest of them who actually plotted and planned to get Tupac. If he would have never went to that fight to see Mike Tyson, he'll still be here with us right now. Mike Tyson already said that he feel that Tupac was the baddest, greatest rapper alive. And I don't blame him. Tupac was the baddest rapper ever. Let me know if y'all think that Tupac was the best rapper alive. Regardless of what's going on, it's a lot of things going around. They saying that Suge Knight didn't want Tupac like rising to the top, so he set up Tupac. I don't know how true that is, but they said that, then they said that Diddy paid $1 million. So it's 2 different things floating around. Regardless of what went down, Diddy ain't put that $1 million up himself, and this is coming straight from New York, and I want everybody to know it will be justice for Tupac. Tupac didn't deserve to go out like that regardless of what he did or what he said on a song. He could have disrespected everybody. When you see Tupac in person, you'll see that he only said what he said. He only hung out that window and said F bad boy and all that because he felt that they set him up. Remember, Tupac got shot 5 times. That wasn't no coincidence. They said that Diddy was the one who was with the dudes that did it. Regardless of what went down, they invited Tupac over there, and Tupac ended up getting hit up. So you cannot sit there and say they didn't set Tupac up because they took his rings and everything. Like, come on now. They knew what they was doing. They set Tupac up and invited him over there, and this is why Biggie ended up getting the last end straw of it. Diddy told Biggie, keep making songs, diss Tupac. Biggie, he didn't know what he was doing because him and Tupac was friends. Tupac was trying to tell Biggie, hey man, you shouldn't be around Diddy because Diddy, he on some other stuff. He was telling him what Diddy was saying behind his back. So next thing you know, this is where Diddy turned them against each other. Biggie, he started making diss songs against Tupac out the blue. Once he started doing that, everybody who was on Tupac's side, they started riding with him. Let me know who y'all riding with. Drop the RIP Tupacs down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you feel that the first attempt that they did on Tupac when they caught him at that studio in that lobby, that they was trying to get rid of him then. And it took for Diddy to actually gather up $1 million from various people and go out there and do that and set it up in Las Vegas for what happened with Tupac. And I want y'all to know, Diddy, he went to extreme measures because he felt that Tupac was going to expose him. We knew the crazy stuff that Diddy was doing. It got exposed. And everybody know for a fact how it go. Feds ain't going to come pick you up right then and there. They was trying to charge you for RICO. Just because they dropped that RICO, they don't mean they ain't going to charge you with no murder for hire. You see a lot of people getting charged with that. That don't mean you exempt from this situation. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're a fan of Tupac. Let me know if you're a fan of Snoop Dogg. After a thorough investigation, they came to a conclusion that Snoop Dogg, he wanted to make it to where he didn't come in contact with Suge Knight because of what Suge Knight said and what he did. Now keep in mind, Suge Knight, he helped Snoop Dogg make a whole lot of money. R.I.P. Tupac, because they said that Tupac and Suge Knight, they was like this, but Suge Knight ended up getting into it with Snoop Dogg, which made Snoop Dogg look at Tupac a certain way. Now keep in mind, you are the company that you keep. A lot of people felt that Snoop Dogg and Tupac, they would have been legends right now together if they would have continued doing what they had to do. And if Snoop Dogg would have been right there with Tupac the night that Tupac got hit up, Snoop Dogg probably would have stopped this situation from happening, or Snoop Dogg would have made it to where he was able to protect Tupac. Regardless of what's going on, the Fed said that Greg Caden, he been working on these cases for years, and they said that Keefe D was the one who actually did it. Who put the $1 million out there? They said it was Diddy. I don't know how true it is, but if it is true, Diddy, you bogus for what you did. At the end of the day, we know for a fact you cannot put yourself in these situations thinking that it won't be no justice for Tupac. Look what came out. Everything that Snoop Dogg wanted to do to Suge Knight and the whole death row made it to where Snoop Dogg ended up not rocking with none of them. That's why Snoop Dogg kept his distance for all these years. I don't blame him for that, because they tried to snake him out. At the end of the day, Snoop Dogg, he said that he loved it Tupac, and he'd never do nothing like that. We know for a fact Tupac and Snoop Dogg, they had a relationship that could nobody break. But Suge Knight, he didn't want that happening. And I would like to send my condolences out to Tupac. I would like to say R.I.P. Tupac. And I would like to say, man, get well to his family, because his family, they want justice. They want them to actually convict Keefe D of what he did. Everybody want to go about this street code and things like that, when we all know for a fact Tupac, he was in the streets, but he was also a family man. He was always doing what he had to do to make people happy, and he made a lot of people smile. Tupac was a Gemini, y'all, and everybody know for a fact, if you a Gemini, drop you a Gemini down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you feel that Tupac, he was put in a vulnerable situation to the point where he had no win in this, because they already was plotting on him. They pulled right up on the side of him. From the evidence they showed on the footage, the white car, it pulled up, the girls was hollering. If them girls would have never been hollering, this would have never happened. Kirk Burroughs, he had said that as soon as Keefe D raised that back window down, that's when somebody lifted their arm up, stuck it out the window, and started shooting at Tupac. Now keep in mind, Suge Knight got grazed in the head. It would have been 2 people gone right now if they would have, you feel me, kept their stuff to themselves and would have never even put themselves in this. But Keefe D, he knew what he was doing. He was very aware of his surroundings and what he was doing. He wanted that $500,000 and he didn't get it. So now it's all coming back on him, because the mistakes he made when he was younger, now look what's happening. They're about to convict him of first-degree murder. Regardless of how he look at it, he can cry all he want. I don't want nobody locked up, but look what you did, man. Look how long it took for them to come and get you. And then you admitted to a lot of stuff. You was going around writing books about how you did it and got away with it. But now, since you knew that that proffer agreement didn't cover what you said on that audio and recording inside of that police car, now you're looking at it as if you've been played, but really you haven't been played. You played yourself. I would like to say R.I.P. Tupac, and I know it's a lot of people who want to see them actually come to a conclusion in this case. We gonna find out what really went down and what happened. Like, this is a sad situation. I would like to say, man, hit the like button if you're a fan of Tupac. Drop the R.I.P. Tupacs down in the comment section.
He's charged in one of the most notorious cold case killings in modern American history. And this morning, the man known as Keefe D is breaking his silence from behind bars.
Nearly 30 years ago, became one of the nation's most notorious unsolved murders.
Hey, Keith, Metro Police, come over here.
Then in 2023, a breakthrough when prosecutors charged this man with ordering the hit, the only person arrested for Shakur's murder, who now tells ABC News authorities have the wrong man.
I'm innocent. I ain't killed nobody, never did ever kill nobody. They don't have no evidence against me. Came and put me in Las Vegas.
61-year-old Dwayne Keefe D. Davis says the night of the murder, September 7th, 1996, he was in Los Angeles, 300 miles from the Las Vegas intersection where Tupac Shakur was gunned down.
Jada said that none of them wanted this to come out. This is why Snoop Dogg kept quiet for so long. Snoop Dogg and Tupac, they was cool once upon a time, but as soon as Suge Knight got into the middle of that, that's when everything turned left. We all know for a fact, Tupac, he was the foundation of the whole Death Row Records.